Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, as promised in my last video, for this video, we are going to be taking a look at all the unreleased weapons, vehicles, and equipment in the latest dig site drop for Halo 3. Of course, we'll be covering everything in upcoming videos, but for this video, we'll be looking at just the weapons, vehicles, and equipment. So the first thing we'll be taking a look at is the gravity hammer, which should look very familiar to you. And if you recognize it, that's because it's the Fist of Rucht from Halo 2. Now, this Fist of Rucht, I believe it was just mostly ported over from Halo 2. It was used in some like early Halo 3 VDOCs, but according to the Halo Waypoint blog, this was ported over from Halo 2 so it could be used to match some of the VDOCs that they saw. So that is how this Fist of Rucht came to be, but it does seem like it has some improvements, like it has a HUD icon and crosshairs and all that. So it's pretty cool, and it's usable now in your mods, and it's the exact original Fist of Rucht. The next one that we'll be looking at, the next weapon, is the Spike Pepper Box. So this is basically like an early prototype spiker, and it's more like it was described as more like a burst pistol. It fires the spiker rounds, but in bursts. And other than that, it is pretty similar to the final spiker, except the shape's a little different. But you can see kind of the origins of the spiker here. Next up, this exists for a similar reason as the gravity hammer, as the Fist of Rucht gravity hammer. It's the Halo 2 plasma cannon. It's been also ported over into Halo 3, and it was used also for the early VDOCs, because you saw like a brute chieftain holding like the Halo 2 plasma cannon, but like an actual like weapon, not as like a handheld turret like you see in Halo 3, other like Halo 3 turrets. So that's why that exists, but that's also available now. It's a first-person weapon by default. Next up, we have the Vortex equipment. This was a cut piece of equipment that had some references like that people noticed before, but was never visible or usable anywhere in any build. So now it actually exists. So that's what it looks like, and you can see the icon in the top left corner for the Vortex equipment. And the way it works, it almost looks like a power drain at first, but it emits a gravity wave that pushes things aside, almost like a grav lift, but except it just goes everywhere. And it's even strong enough to move like heavy vehicles as well, including multiple vehicles. And also, if you're not careful, it can also deflect like grenades back at you. Like here we go. It actually deflects it back pretty quickly, and it can be very dangerous too if you're not careful. I tried it with rocket launcher rockets, but it doesn't deflect those. Alright, next up we have the medkit. Now this is not actually a usable piece of equipment. This is actually more of just a crate object, but it was a cut piece of it was a cut object from some early build of Halo 3. In fact, I think we saw like some early screenshots of it on Halopedia from maybe early blog posts or somewhere else. I can't remember exactly, but we have seen this before, just not in any actual build of games until now. And you can see that's what it looks like on the inside, on the outside, and how it actually like functions as an object. This next one, I'm actually not sure what this is for. It's the antenna object, and it looks like the final one we see in Halo 3, except it's a scenery object that can't be moved around. But it was included in the tags of the dig site release. I just don't know like why it's there or like what's special about it. It wasn't even really mentioned in the blog post either, so I'm not sure. But next up we have vehicles, starting with the Wolverine APC, or APC tank, or really whatever you want to call it, however you want to describe it. But this is probably one of the highlights of the newly released vehicles, Unreleased, and it is fully functional now, and it works pretty great. So it has a driver's seat and it has a turret, a Scorpion turret on it. The Scorpion turret and the main cannon, they're all just exactly the same as on the Scorpion tank. So nothing too special about these. They'll even change to your Scorpion skins when you're playing on MCC. So whatever you have set for your Scorpion skins, they'll actually get applied. But I don't have anything set for this right now because I'm playing this directly in the mod tools. So that's why they're not changing. But in the driver's seat, you can drive around and you can fire the main cannon as well. And one thing to mention is that the vehicle it's pretty cool, but it's also a little hard to control sometimes. It's easy to flip sometimes. But it is destroyable, in case you're wondering. As you saw there, it does get destroyed when you do enough damage to it. Next up is the Shadewalker. I've actually covered this in a previous video before, but I just wanted to throw it in here again to have a more complete version with all the latest dig site tag releases. So the Shadewalker, it was in one of the early Halo 3 Delta builds, but it was untextured and incomplete. But now it has been touched up and is available now on MCC for PC, and the tags for the modules as well. So yeah, here it is. If you want to see more details about it, I do have a older video on it. I don't think anything has changed since that video, but it's if you want to see it, then definitely check it out. But yeah, so there you guys have it. Those are all the new unreleased weapons, vehicles, and equipment that were just added to MCC thanks to the dig site team. So these are available in some of the maps on the Steam Workshop for modded maps, or they're all available in the tags that were released on GitHub. So I'll include a link in the description below to check it all out. But aside from that, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, leave a thought in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys!